Hey guys, so I just wanted to put this video out here of like how I started or how I got into driving a truck. So at the time I was doing, and I went through being being some sort of a manager. Well, I was a manager at a Jiffy Lube, then I worked at a factory, and then went through this and went through that and everything else. And at the time, I was doing Uber Eats, and I wasn't making bad money, but could be better. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I liked driving. And I just didn't know if I wanted to get my CDL. I thought about it. I looked into it. Didn't really want to commit to anything, just because I wasn't sure. So fast forward a little while. I think I did Uber Eats for maybe, hell, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks or a couple months or something. And it just got to where everything else, it was like, you know how everything else is. It was slow, then it would pick up. Certain times it would be crazy busy and I would make good money. The other times it would be, you know, just dead slow out, and you know, I wasn't making anything. I was wasting more gas just driving around to different towns trying to make something. So a buddy of mine, Vic, he was working at this company. Actually, he still is working at this company. So I hit him up, and at the time, my buddy Josh, he was doing the same thing I was doing. So we were both rolling around doing Uber Eats. Not really sure, so we actually sat down and we're like, man, we got to do something. You know, we got to, you know, pick up the grind. We got to make some money. So so we're like, well, you know, how do we, you know, what do we even do to get started? And then either I remembered or he remembered that Vic works at this company. So we hit him up. He's like, man, blah, 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 you know, it's this and that. I make this. I work these days. I do this. You know, kind of, you know, just going through it a little bit. So talk to him a little bit more. They're like, you know what, send us this guy's contact information, give him a call, talk to him a little bit more, and then see what we can do, you know, to get into this place. So we got the guy's contact information, hit him up, and he's like, yeah, you know, blah, 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 give me a call. And so we gave him a call. You know, we both went in there. We carpooled back and forth, you know, for the training. And now we didn't have our CDLs at the time, so this is like, you know, we're going like through their schooling program to get it. So the program, their schooling, I can't remember what it was called. The company we were at is called Patriot Transport out of Carroll Stream, Illinois. And the company was good. Some of the dispatchers I liked, and this is by, I'm not good, I don't bash companies, I don't, you know, I'm not going to put a bad name on them or whatever. So some of the dispatchers I liked, the you know, pretty much like the payroll dispatchers, the boss, the managers, blah, blah, blah. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. You know, just like any other place. You know, you have your hiccups with people, and it is what it is. You know, you deal with it. But overall, the company was good. So, well, back on topic here. So we go through the program. It's however long. I can't remember how long it was. So we get through the program. There was a situation that Josh wasn't able to get his CDL. That's not my place to say, so I'm not going to say why. I ended up finishing it out. I got my CDL. You know, I went through the DMV, did my testing and all that, and they told me, they're like, well, if you want, you can go get your hazmat and tanker, you know, and just have it. Well, and I asked them, I'm like, well, along with what I'm getting paid now, if I go get my hazmat and tanker, are you gonna, you know, is that gonna bump up my pay? And they said no. Well, I figured, well, I'm pulling reefer and van, I'm not gonna go get my hazmat and tanker, you know, if they're not gonna pay me anymore just to have it, or, you know, they're not gonna pay me anymore to pull a hazmat load. So I'm like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna get it, blah blah blah, whatever. So go on. I'm over the road. First load I get, my trainer was freaking awesome. I had my trainer was well, he's probably about the same age. This was what, 3 years ago, I think. What's it, 3? So I don't remember. It was a couple of years ago. Kid was about my age. I think he was maybe a little bit older. Russian dude, freaking awesome trainer. You know, and that's one thing about trainers that I like, is like, you don't have to sit there and be so uptight about stuff and you know, just, you know, do this, do that. You know, you can be easy on things. You know, I was, you know, I felt comfortable having him as a trainer, compared to some of the other stories that I've heard with other trainers that were just uptight, you know, just not so nice about stuff. So I'm really glad I had him as a trainer. Definitely had a good time. And then, you know, went out on my own. I did that for about a year, and my year was on my birthday. So ended up leaving them after a year. There was a falling out, things weren't going right, and so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go do my own thing, and you know, I'll, you know, it is what it is, you know, leave it at that, and I'm gonna go my way. You guys do whatever you got to do. So I end up leaving there, and I'm like, okay. And this, I had a buddy of mine offer me a local job multiple times, and I'm like, no man, I got to finish out this contract. I got to do this. I can't leave my contract. That's, you know, a good couple $1,000s that I'd have to pay for them to, you know, for the schooling and all that. So I'm like, no, I'm like, just let me, you know, let me finish out my year. Let me know if you're still looking for people at the end of the year, or, you know, this date when I'm going to be leaving. All right, you know, no problem, whatever. And then I ended up leaving there. So I left Patriot, and I'm like, man, I don't know what I want to do. I still want to drive. I love driving. You know, I looked at other companies to go to, and I couldn't find nothing, you know, nothing that I liked. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I ended up getting terrible decision. You know, we all make our, you know, decisions in life. I kept getting told one thing, but me, I don't like really, I'm the type of person, if someone tells me not to do something, I'm gonna do it. And it puts me in bad places, or it has put me in bad places, but I think the outcome has been better for me since I work that way. So I ended up picking up a Monte Carlo. When I was at Patriot, I picked up a Monte Carlo from a family member. Picked that up. I love that car, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna do, you know, regular Uber X. You know, around Chicago, I did that. I did Uber for I think a couple of months, and then I went, and I liked it, but I was putting too much wear and tear on my car. For anybody that does Uber or is thinking about doing Uber, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're gonna do it as like a part-time thing, maybe on the weekends or something like that. I was doing it full-time, Monday to Sunday, every day, either, you know, all day, all night. I was in it, and I was making good money too. I was actually making really good money. And so I called up my buddy. I said, "Hey man," I said, you know, you looking for a job, or you looking for, you know, for someone to get put onto your, to put somebody in your truck. And I can't remember, exactly what happened, but so I ended up getting in contact with him. I called him. I'm like, "Hey, this is that, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "All right, just, we got paperwork to fill out, and then this and that. We got to do this, do that. You got to, do this drug test and blah, blah, blah." I said, "Okay, cool." So I went through, that whole process, and everything was fine. Started working with him. I was there for, I think it was a year. Either a year, a little over a year, and same thing. Me and him still talk. We're, I kind of left it as, hey, I'm going to go back over the road. That's what I want to do. I have a major goal. I have one major goal that I want to get done, and I'm going to do it. And local driving is not it. So I'm like, okay. I ended up giving him, I think, like 3.5 weeks or something like that. And, left there. And I came over to this place now that I'm at. And I like it. I like being over the road. I run a certain area. I run mainly Midwest, a little bit South, and East Coast. East Coast a little bit more than South. And I also do run, I guess you can consider it Midwest, like northern Wisconsin and, Minnesota and South Dakota. I like it. Now, like I said, every place does have their hiccup and everything like that. So, is everything perfect? No. Just like every place. But this is a pretty good place. I get treated a lot better than I have. Things get done as they should without any hesitation. And, I definitely recommend this place. If someone's, whoever you guys watch this video and, you're wondering what place, that I'm working at now, shoot me a message on my Instagram. I'll be posting my Instagram and my Facebook. Well, not, you know what? I'm gonna leave my Facebook out of it, but I am gonna be posting my Instagram on, the down below in the description. You guys can shoot me a message on Instagram, or comment on the, throw a comment down, and whatever. But as far as it goes, like, my end goal is, now I haul reefer right now. I don't want to go back to van. I'd rather not. But my end goal is to be owner-op with my own authority, and I do want to haul a spread axle reefer. And if for some reason it doesn't work out like that, well, so be it. But my one main goal right now is to have my own truck. Since I started driving, I don't know, probably, I'd have to say, I don't know, maybe a couple months after I started driving, after I got my CDL, that's when I really knew, like, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to do anything else. And I thought about it. I've looked at other jobs before I actually came here, and I've looked at all kinds of different jobs. Security, bouncer, armed guard, personal security, limousine driver, bus driver, not like the Greyhound bus and stuff like that, party bus driver, all kinds of different stuff, all different kinds. I thought about getting into law enforcement, and that ended up not working out either. I with everything that's going on, now, I'm glad I didn't, go to school and everything to be a cop, because with how dangerous it is out there now, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm comfortable right where I'm at. Let's see. There's just so many jobs that I thought I wanted to do, and actually I would have, done them. I looked at a bus company that was out of Nashville that they hauled people around. No, so I looked at a bus company that was mainly for like bands and hauling equipment for them, and driving them around to different states and different shows and stuff like that. I'm like, man, that'd be freaking cool. Like, I like all kinds of music. I'm like, that'd be awesome. And I'm like, you know what? I just can't. I'm a people person. I love talking to people, but I don't know. I just something told me, like, you know what? Don't do it. Get back into a truck. Get this done. Get your own truck eventually, and start building from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's a major end goal for me. Have my own truck. Get it all worked up and everything, and done up nice, and have my own trailer, and go from there. But as far as everything else, did I take everybody there's multiple people that told me, you know what, you're good at this, you should do that, and you should this, and you should you should talk to this person, and you should that. I don't know, something just told me, you know what, don't listen to nobody else, do what you got to do, and everything will pan out just right. So, and that's what I'm doing. And I think that if you're going to, if you want to do something, and I'm all up for options, I'm all up for different options. I love, having people give me advice and everything like that. Will I take your advice? Maybe not. Maybe I will, but probably not. But in the end of things, I think your life is your life, not nobody else's. Do what you want to do. Nobody else can tell you how to live your life. So, when I was getting all these different, things to me, they're like, you should join the military. You should go to school to be a cop. Don't get your CDL, blah, blah, blah. Don't do this, don't do that. No, I mean, you can talk to other drivers too, and they'll tell you you're pretty much a paid tourist, and I love it. I won't do anything else. I did local. I liked it, but I won't go back to it. Over the road is where I will be till I'm done. And yeah, I mean, so that's pretty much how I got started. You know, just you know, I didn't have you know, I wasn't given a truck and said, here, drive it. I wasn't born on a farm. You know, you get a lot of these cattle haulers and all that, and you know, they're hauling you know, cows and pigs and, you know, whatever else, and I wasn't born like that. So I don't have that kind of money, you know, or that kind of experience. But you know, if you do, you know, you're born on a farm, you're born with it, then by all means do it. And you know, I don't think, you know, and I know a lot of people are like born into trucking. You know, their dad was a trucker, their grandpa was a trucker, and that's all fine and dandy. And I think that's awesome. You know, keep trucking in the family. That's freaking awesome to me. But me, I'm a first generation trucker, you know, and if I can pass it down, by all means, I'm gonna pass it down. You know, I think it's awesome. I love it. You know, get to travel, you know, wherever, and now that I'm doing these videos, it gives me something else to do. And you know, it's not just with me doing these videos, it's not just like, okay, I drive, I get to the shipper, I pick up, I drive, I go to sleep. I wake up, I drive, I get to the receiver, I go to sleep. Stuff like that. It's not like that. You know, at least now I can go and put these videos out, and you know, I know there's a lot of videos out there with, you know, these guys that are rolling real nice, stretched out, custom, you know, Pete's and KWs and you know, Western Star, Freightliner, all these kinds of different trucks. But I'll get there eventually. You know, and if, you know, you guys stick it out with me, that'd be awesome. That way, you know, it's not just like, oh, hey, this is my, you know, brand new Pete glider kit, blah, 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 you know, whatever, you know, this and that. And, you know, I've got, you know, $70,000 I can, you know, that I have extra just laying around just so I can put it into, you know, interior work or chrome or anything like that, you know, exhaust, you know, all kinds of stuff. You know, it's gonna be a process of being a company driver, eventually getting my own truck, you know, fixing up the truck, get it chromed out, get it this and that, get it, you know, get this done, and you know, eventually having my own authority and stuff like that with my own trailer. So, you know, that's pretty much how I started and where I want to be. So, you know, I'm going to keep putting these videos out. You know, hey, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. And I got to go because my paperwork's here. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.